Okay, so I'm back. Um, I tried to do this just a few minutes ago and got all jumbled in my head. I think it's some things going on in my brain, and I'm just anyway. So this is a follow up to a reading that I did a few months ago about a young man named Ronald Dumas Jr. Ronald Dumas or Dumas Jr. He's from Huntsville, Alabama. He went missing back in December 2024, and he has not been found yet. I'm not optimistic that they're going to find him, especially since over the last week or so, more details have finally emerged about people that they have in custody. He was last seen with two women who were at the same liquor store where he was on the night that he went missing. And some of the details that were revealed or released in the news over the last few days is that these women solicited him or he solicited them for adult fun time. And in the process, these women set him up to be robbed. They were put up to rob him. I don't know if their intentions were to take him out, but they were very much intended to rob him. Um, and so those two women, at least two of the women anyway, I think there were a total of three involved in the whole situation, but two of the women are in custody, and one of them, from my understanding, is no longer living. She overdosed. And then there's two men involved, I think, or one man involved, and then there's another one who's connected in some kind of way. Anyway, I went back and I watched my reading of the situation. I went over the cards that I pulled during that first video, and I don't think I said anything that couldn't have been concluded based on the evidence that was presented at the time. But the cards confirmed pretty much everything that happened. And so I saw it in the cards. I had a pretty good idea that that's what happened anyway, but I saw it in the cards. The cards confirmed everything that, you know. See, I can admit that tarot and divination is part psychology, right? So, but I don't think that the cards that I pulled were a case of confirmation bias. I think that I saw what I saw in the cards, and I just have good enough people skills, I guess, that I can see, you know, I can look at a situation and get a pretty good idea of what's going on, cards and no cards. But I'm going to use the cards because that's what I do. And I don't know what, I don't think I have any questions. I think I just want to see what's up. So I think I'm going to actually use my Lenormand deck first and see what happens. See what I get from here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use the man card to signify Ronald Dumas and see what I can see. One thing that I picked up on heavily, which was in the cards as well, was the attraction aspect of it. So he went along with these women, regardless of what you think about that type of work or anybody who would engage with that type of activity. Like, regardless of whatever I might have had in my head, it was in the cards. Um, which is another reason why I feel like he's probably not alive anymore. Uh, you know, just based off of what's in the news, what's been reported, I'm not gonna go into too many details because there's something you can read, and there are news reports on YouTube about it. But yeah, these ladies were ordered to torture him and do really sadistic things to him in order to get his money, which he didn't even have a whole lot of it. A whole lot of it. Allegedly, he had about $7,000 in his checking account, and I mean, $7,000 is $7,000, but that's not something that you torture and kill nobody over. Like, that's not. That's not. No. And I know I watch enough true crime and stuff to know that there are people. I mean, hell, you just see it on the news. There are people who do way worse for way less, but it's still like $7,000. His life. Anyway, so I just want to see what the cards say about Ronald. And what's happening here. So the way I read Lenormand cards is the significator card goes in the middle, right? I would pull up my phone and show you, but it's a lot of junk over here and you don't need to see all that. But in the middle I have the significator, which in this case is going to be Ronald, the man, okay? And Lenormand, she's a little bit more straightforward than Tarot. And so I just have 8 cards surrounding the man, which is in the center. And I just read these 8 cards in several different directions and kind of put it all together. So the first card I pulled was the dog, which represents loyalty. And then what follows the dog is the heart, which can be relationships or matters of the heart, or could even be things of a more sexual nature, lust and everything. And then follow that is the scythe. I think that's how you pronounce it, scythe, which is about harvest or cutting things and everything. Right off the bat, these 3 cards together show me loyalty to a heart, or loyalty to lust, or loyalty to something or other, because the dog is a man's best friend, right? But also, amongst black people, to refer to somebody as a dog can have a couple of different meanings. One of them is to basically be like a scoundrel, just old dirty dog. You're not a very good human being, right? And so this could indicate him being loyal to his heart or loyal to his lust, which results in something being cut or harvested. Because the scythe, this is like this big, huge, sharp tool that you use to like gather wheats or just to cut large crops and things, right? So these 3 cards, which came out first, show me that the loyalty or the dedication that he had to what was in his heart, which might have been a bunch of lust, is what led to things or something very important being cut out to him. In this case, it will be his life. So again, I got the cards right here reconfirming everything and validating everything that I said in the first video and everything that I said just a few minutes ago. Behind what comes behind the man card is the clover, which represents good fortune, good luck, could also be prosperity, things of that nature. And then what comes after the man is the fish, which represents abundance. So this is kind of telling me that he was in a good position, I guess, in his life. I mean, he's a licensed real estate agent, a realtor, which from what I know, which is not very much, but what I know about real estate is that it's kind of like any sort of sales job. It can be kind of hit or miss. I don't think that he was unsuccessful. I think he was probably doing pretty well in his life overall. In a lot of the news pieces that I've seen, he has two babies' mothers, right? He has children. I forgot how many, but he has there are two mothers, and both of the mothers have shown up for him, to speak for him, to looking for him, crying for him, and to me anyway, that says that they have some type of love for him, love and respect for him, because not every mother would be on the news looking for their baby's father if he came up missing. Um, and so this also says to me, combined with the other cards, it also shows me that, he probably was a genuine, an overall good dude, just got some vices that were not very good, which, I mean, we all do. We all got something that we probably need to let go of. So what comes at the bottom, unfortunately, is the coffin card, which represents death or transition, just things coming to an end, things changing, followed by the fox, which is, it could be employment, it could be work, it also means somebody's around you being very sly like a fox, or, lies, deceit. So, a couple of different things. But I think foxes in general are just kind of known to be busybodies, or just kind of hard workers, and, hard workers who are not above doing some kind of slick stuff to get by, right? And then follow this by the tree, which represents some things that are rooted, stable, foundation, whatnot. So here we have situation where, again, I don't think he's going to be found. I forgot to put that disclaimer at the beginning of all of this, to say that this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I don't know these people personally. I don't know anybody involved in this case. I'm just a girl sitting at a desk with some tarot cards. That's it. So the thought that just crossed my mind is that I don't think, if they do find him, I don't think he's going to be found in one piece. I mean, whether or not they find him could go either way. I'm not sure that any of the people they have in custody are going to speak up about his whereabouts. They could. I'm just not confident that they will. But yeah, I'm not feeling like they're going to find this young man in one piece. I think if they find him, that he might be in a few pieces. Yeah, and this transition comes as a result of some lies, some deceit, some bad work, or some bad actors. I want to say that this is not, because I've seen some comments online from other people who have been watching the same videos I watched, and they lay some of the blame at his feet, at Ronald's feet, for his potential demise and his disappearance, because according to some of them, like, why are you at a liquor store trying to solicit some call girls anyway, right? And there are different theories about what happened. That maybe they approached him and propositioned him, and he turned down their offer, and so they got offended and decided to, kidnap him and take his money anyway. Or maybe he saw them and decided that he was going to, that he was the one who propositioned them. I've seen, like, on this news article that I'm looking at right now, is that these women came from a website and that he went on. So he went onto a website where they offer those type of services, and so he initiated this thing. Okay, according to the news article, anyway, he initiated it. So it brings me back up here to these cards that I first pulled about just being a dog. Being a dog, or being loyal to his heart, to his heart, to his own heart, to his own lust, and that being what gets him, you know, I don't know a better way to put it outside of that, but regardless, I just want to say that regardless of him engaging with these women in whatever way, shape, or form that he had intended to engage with them, they didn't have to do him the way that they did him. You know, like, they lied to him. I don't know what the lie was, but they lied to him about something and had him feeling safe enough that, okay, we're going to do this. But it ended up being what led to his end, you know. And I think whatever this is, it might go a little bit deeper, hence the tree and the roots, and all the branches. It's like there's probably a little bit more to it than just like what am I trying to say? So with Ronald, like, Ronald is a victim, okay? Where do you think he should have been soliciting prostitution? Now he's a victim, okay? Because he agreed to one thing and ended up getting something else. I think that the ring is bigger. Like, it's more, like, Ronald is not the only one that, I mean, the whole sex work is just, is messy. Like, I'm not against it per se. I mean, whatever two consenting adults decide they're gonna do, let them do it. It's just, it's a whole lot more wrong with it than it is right. And so, these women from this website and everything, like, there's this whole investigation into probably the website and the people who run it, and like, all of them. Like, there's it goes further than what meets the eye. Like, I mean, we see the tree itself, and we see that, trees often have many, many branches, but they also have many, many roots, and they run deep, deep, deep. And so I think that's probably what I'm picking up on, is like, Ronald Dumas. Like, I don't know if there's going to be like this whole thing that comes up afterwards, after they settle this, like, because, like, what becomes of the website that these women, where he found these women on, like, I hope I'm making sense, because a lot of times I just be pulling cards and then I start talking because I'm trying to talk it out in my head what I'm seeing. But yeah, there's this whole thing, this whole ring. And how did he even find it in the first place? Like, who or what led him to this website that he found these type of services? And again, like, who organizes the services? I don't know if this will be the stuff that makes the news, right? Unless there's like this huge bust Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if that came as a result of this. Just, I mean, you know, y'all watch Law and Order. Y'all know how this can go. Y'all know how this can go. So, yeah, these cards just gave me a quick little rundown, um, reaffirming, validating everything that I said before. Um, I said I don't think it was their intention to. If there are some other missing men, because it's not just through the website. I mean, it's all type of ways to get this illegal stuff that, you know, that are not often spoken about, you know. So it's not hard to get these things. Like, it's not hard to get anything illegal, you know, if you just know somebody, or if you just know where to go. It ain't that hard to get none of it. But yeah, Ronald Dumas is like surface level. He just happened to be a victim of the thing. He might be the catalyst, or it's like the straw that broke the camel's back or something like that, but I still don't have any particular questions. I think I'm just trying to pull on whatever energy is around in this case. So, robbery, gluttony, okay, mask, imagination. You know, this is making me think about like those movies or videos. I don't know. I hope you've never seen them, but come across one of those movies or videos, or those, like somewhere like out in the middle of nowhere in the most dirtiest of places. They got like these like dungeon type situations and different rooms, and people engaging in all type of acts that just don't even seem human. You know, like. Cause I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, one of these girls died of an overdose not long after he was reported missing, and I probably need to shut up. Hmm. Yeah, saving. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stop pretty soon after this. Cause I don't think I want this. I don't think I want this. I mean, I mean, he means a lot to his family and everything, but he is very much surface level. He's like incidental. Mm. I don't know. I just feel this. I can't put it into words what I'm feeling right now, man. I need to let it go. Okay. Readiness, preparation, prompt arrangement. Um, we got goal, purpose, expectation, destination, and then marriage, which I mean, it's marriage, love, couple, dependency. Um, Another way to look at marriage is a long-term commitment, so contracts, strong bonds, contracts. Um, so at the bottom of the deck is a card, merit making. And what just came to mind when I saw this card just now is pray for me. So like pray for him. Pray for Ronald Dumas. Pray for his family. Um, if he is in the spirit world, he is not having an easy time right now. He is not, you know, he is not resting in peace at all. Um, he needs all the love and prayers and positive energy and light that he can get. He's not. Mm-mm. So these cards here. So we got robbery. What came under it is mask, and then underneath that is readiness. So all of this, again, this was a plan. This was planned ahead of time. Like this, I think these women, they probably do it to everybody. You know, they do it to everybody that they come in contact with. Gluttony. This is him. This is Ronald Dumas. This is his. I mean, I'm not saying he do it all the time or that he did it all the time. He might have. I don't know. I don't know this man. Okay, let me reiterate that I do not know Ronald Dumas, his family, nobody that's involved. I don't know nobody. Okay. Um, but this was an issue for him, like gluttony or lust or just taking in too much of something that's not good for him. Um, this was an issue. This was an issue, and so he's going off to try to engage in some whatever fantasy. I mean, hell, it might even been his first time doing it this way. That's not to say he didn't engage in this type of behavior in other ways, but he's indulging in his imagination or his fantasies. Like that was his end goal. Is like the gluttony, the imagination, is to do things that ultimately were not healthy for him. I mean, regardless of whether he lived or died, like it wasn't meant. But also, I just want to point out that these cards at the bottom, readiness, goal, and marriage, this is all indicative of a plan of some sort. Like there was a plan in the works long before. So there are some details that are going to be left out. The girls, the guy, the pimp, whoever, they're going to be left out on purpose because there's a much bigger plan than just him. Than just, oh, we just going to rob this fool. Like, no, I don't think it's coincidence that one of the girls came up, overdosed. Maybe I watch too much TV, but that's what's in my head right now. All of this about stability and saving, as well as the marriage card that comes underneath it. It's like everything's fine, everything's okay. You got a long term commitment, and I think that that might be their target, or maybe he was the first. Maybe he was somebody they were trying something new. I don't think so. I think they do this a lot. And they just happen to get caught. They messed up this time. They tend to target people who are stable in their lives or seemingly stable in their lives, don't really have a whole lot going on. Because they feel like those are the ones they can get something from. And might even be the ones least likely to say anything in case they do have something go wrong. Like if they get robbed, are you really gonna go and tell the police that you got robbed while you were soliciting ladies of the night? So it's like they target somebody who are okay, target the people who come across as more reserved and career oriented and whatnot. Somebody like him because he got something to lose. You know, you got somebody who got stuff to lose, got kids and got a career and stuff to lose. So it's like you ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing if you don't type situation. It's like they plan to rob him due to his excessiveness, right? Due to their greed and his greed in a way. Because I'm like, I'm sure he could have gotten that type of physical activity from somebody without having to um, solicit call girls, you know. But yeah, he seemed like he was okay enough, put together enough. I'm pretty sure they probably reached. I don't know. I wonder if he uses real name on his website. Because I mean, even if he or if he posted, shared a picture of himself or something, or if they got his information some kind of way and Googled him and saw his name pop up, you know, real estate agent, and was like, okay, yeah, him, you know, could be. And again, I don't know if any of that, you know, I would say again, I don't know if any of this will ever be confirmed, denied, proved, disproved. Like I said, I don't know these folks. I'm just pulling cards based on what I've seen in the news. I don't know these folks. Okay, so I'm just go one more round with or maybe two, maybe two. Pull a few tarot cards and just see. Still, no questions in particular. Just kind of reading the room, reading the energy a little bit. See what I get. $7,000. There's something significant about the number 7 too, but that's a discussion for another day. I'm sure it was 7,000 more or less. 7,000 roughly. So 9 of Cups. Judgment in reverse. So don't judge me. Nobody's judging you, I promise. Like the 4 of Wands. Now, he wasn't as stable as he looked. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Coins, is balancing act. And Lovers in reverse this time. But this is a lot like that marriage card in the other deck. About there being strong, heavy commitment, bad contract, bad actors. The 7 of Swords. It's reversed, but it's still giving betrayal. Knight of Cups. You got an offer you can't refuse. 5 of Wands. Conflict. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You got that woman. The World. The Devil. See, these vices keep coming up. He probably had, and then there's death. He probably had a few more vices than what, and you know, of course, this ain't none of our business. What vices he had, you know, that's between him, God, and you know his family. But at the bottom of the deck, we got the Justice card upright. So hopefully that means that his kidnappers, potential unalivers, um, that they will get the justice that they deserve. I feel like I saw something, I can't remember, about them talking about a plea deal. So hopefully all of these people get exactly what they deserve to get, especially if it's true that they tortured him, um, because he didn't deserve that, regardless of what he might have been doing. To go to Ten of Swords, a lot of allusions to death and endings. Um, this is not just the end of him and his life. This is also a stain on his reputation. And you got the Hierophant, so this is giving secrets, honestly. Some things that may or may not ever make it to the public, but um, hmm. Yes, I pray for him, y'all. Pray for him, cause he needs to. I'll do one more card, and then I think I want to wrap this up. I'm gonna do one more card, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Um, Again, I hope I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. I don't always like being right. Chad, come on in. And once again, I know nothing for a fact, okay? Nothing. Mm. I know nothing for a fact. Just me with some cards running my mouth. That's it. That's all. A liberated child is hope and freedom. Hope and freedom. Lighten your heart and possibility. This again, it's like pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for his peace. Pray for his ability to transition, because he is having a very hard time transitioning over. So pray for his peace. Pray for his ability to transition over into the next life. Um, on the bottom here is Light Cave, which is about illusion and diversity, and it's kind of like finding the light in the dark place, which is kind of along the lines, is very much, is not kind of, is very much along the lines of everything that I've been saying, as far as him being not in a good place right now, because everything would, I don't know how it happened, I don't know what all they did to him allegedly, but with these two cards here about liberated child, finding freedom, finding hope and freedom, trying to find the light in the dark place, like spiritually he is in a dark place. Now he's saying that he's in hell or anything like that. It's just he's trying to accept what happened to him. And even though for us, this happened back in December 2024, so at this point it's August. It's been 8 months since all of this happened. And but for him, on the spirit side, time and space are different, and so 8 months for us is nothing for them. You know, it's different. It feels different. So it might as well just happen yesterday. It just happened this morning, um, in his mind. But yeah, he needs those prayers. So I'm just sending peace and love and light to his family. Um, I hate I don't have anything better or nicer. I hate that things have seemingly turned out the way that they have, but you know. All right.